Training and sex. So, why do I even address these two subjects or these two parts of our lives? I've mentioned it before in one of my other videos when I was talking to some of the men over 50, and, you know, as usually happens, got an email or two asking me some further questions about this, so I'm going to address it right now. Basically, here's the deal. I was speaking in the context in one of my other videos about men over 50 and how their hormone levels were dropping. A few men had some good concerns about that. And there's no doubt. There's some who, for mechanical reasons, their body doesn't produce high amounts of testosterone, you know, over 50, and probably when they were younger too. It just never was happening in a major way. However, I'm not addressing those guys. I'm talking mainly to healthy individuals, okay? Healthy men over 50 that don't necessarily buy into the lie that everything has to fall off a cliff after age 40 or age 50. I've met more than one individual, myself included, who are just as aggressive into their 50s and 60s as they were in their 20s and 30s. Their testosterone levels just as high as they were in their 20s and 30s. So what is it that's actually making that happen? I'm not really making the case that this is a hardcore scientific study. As I said at the beginning of this video, this is just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But nevertheless, I've observed this, and now I'm addressing it. Training. Listen, our bodies are adaptation organisms, very adaptable to all situations. If you sit in a hot climate, you're going to sweat. That's your body's adaptation to cooling itself off in a hot climate. If you're in a cold environment, it will raise its own temperature to stay warm. Hormonally, sunlight affects our bodies a little bit differently than darkness or cloudiness or rainy days. Plenty of people out there have brain chemistries that they swear is affected by rainy, cloudy weather. So, as opposed to bright, sunny days, their moods are altered just by that, and hormonally as well. I'm not getting into any double-blind studies here. I'm just, again, giving observation. To those that are healthy, men over 50, if you're noticing that suddenly there's a little bit of a lag and suddenly those testosterone levels are dropping off, well, hello. There's two obvious ones that I've addressed before, two obvious reasons that may affect those levels. One is training. When we're younger, we train hard. We train hard. We train to failure. And you know how it was back when you were in your 20s and you're doing those bench presses. Boy, you have your buddies forcing out a couple of reps on you here and there. Just about on every exercise, you were forcing out a few reps, i.e., training to failure. So, you were training hard. You were giving your body a reason to maintain those high hormone levels, testosterone in particular. Now, why would I even make that jump? Well, back in the olden days, in the olden times, we had moments where, as men in a tribe, in a hunter-gatherer society, there were times where you would have to go out there and you'd have to hunt and kill an animal, or out and about, an animal would jump you and try to kill you, and you'd have to fight off a tiger or fight off an animal that's trying to kill you. Obviously, you need to be aggressive. Obviously, you have to have high testosterone levels, and your body maintains such things for most of the days of your life. Again, I'm not pulling out any studies from the ancient men, but let's just be reasonable here. If suddenly your lifestyle is all about pushing a pencil and, shoot, man, celebrating just the female side of your personality. Now, I'm not getting involved in a whole, politically correct conversation here. I'm just simply saying, if you're constantly celebrating the female side of your personality, wow, I'll tell you straight out. It's neglect happening. Okay. On the male end, there has to be moments where you're actually training your body, giving it a reason, impressing upon it that a lion is trying to attack you. An animal is trying to kill you. You're going to have to get aggressive and start fighting back at times. Now, is it always a situation where you have to go out and kill an animal or do anything or be attacked by an animal? No. But your body does recognize stimulus such as, well, if you're into jiu-jitsu, you're getting slammed around a mat a whole bunch aggressively. If you're lifting heavy weights in bodybuilding, doing heavy squats, doing heavy deadlifts, doing heavy bench presses, all of those things, and your body perceives that it's being crushed by a weight unless you lift the weight. And unless you do that last rep on your own, right? You have to get a little aggressive. Yeah, you may have to go into it like a lion rather than a mouse. You may have to do a little yelling. I know a lot of guys don't like doing that. Maybe you have to get a little aggressive and grunt here and there, as opposed to going into it like a mouse. So we see that at powerlifting meets all the time. Guys go in there and they are screaming, yelling, slapping each other on the back, and they're getting aggressive because they know that initiates something hormonally. Very aggressive. So the other thing is, so in other words, I'm saying do not give up training hard with the weights. Do not give up hard training. Be smart about it. As you get older, don't train as hard as often, but still subject your organism, your body, and your brain to the possibility that it still needs high testosterone levels to protect your tribe. It needs high testosterone levels and hormone levels overall to save your own life, just in case. Present it with that stimulus, that input, and see what happens. Don't be so quick to run out to the doctor to ask for testosterone replacement therapy when it just may be entirely your lifestyle. And secondarily, and the big word, sex. Look, when we're in our 20s and in our 30s and younger even, in our late teens as men, our bodies know procreate. Our dick understands. Our penis understands. Procreate. I mean, that thing gets hard left and right when you're younger, right? The wind changes direction. Boom! There it is. So, what am I getting at with that too? Well, if in your younger years, you're out there and your body is being sent the signal, procreate, be turned on and getting stimulated by whatever turns you on or whoever turns you on, I should say, then as you get older, if all of a sudden you're just dropping off a cliff sexually and no longer doing it, again, this is another thing that your body, well, it has absolutely no input or no reason to maintain high testosterone levels, high aggression levels. Simple fact, most of us men, aggressive sexually. It's just a fact. So serve that mechanism. And I know a bunch of you, I'm not trying to be a relationship fixer here, but I am saying that a bunch of you out there, I know you're going to say, well, my relationship sucks, or, life with the wife sucks, or, life with the girlfriend, whatever. It sucks. You no longer turn each other on. I'm saying, screw that. Do something about it. Okay? Be a man, step up, go ahead, take the wife out, wine, dine, or do whatever you got to do. Okay? And start initiating whatever it takes so that you can get some. Okay? Keep on rocking it, is what I'm saying. Do not quit. And you might find you have a better relationship because of it in the end as well. But talk about all good things coming from that great sex. All good things. Cascading wonderful hormone levels just from initiating and following through with that great sex. Okay? So, training hard and sex. Two things that I can think of off the top of my head. I just want to clarify it a little bit more, go into a little bit more detail, that when we're younger men, these things are for most of us, younger, healthy men, these things, being aggressive with the training, as well as higher sex levels, having sex more often, those things are things that we do as younger men. And as we get older, post 50, and some a lot earlier than that, if the lifestyle has changed and you're no longer training hard, you're no longer having sex hard, or just having sex often, then let's be reasonable. Doesn't it stand to reason? Why would your body maintain such great hormone levels if there's just no need, right? So that's it. That's my message for today. From my heart to you, John Hart, train hard, have a lot of sex, and get those hormone levels up. Don't be so quick to run out to the physician for help. All right. Go get it, guys. Hey, before you leave, if you don't mind, if you're liking these videos, please look down at the right side over there of the screen and you'll see that subscribe button, that red subscribe button. Please click that. And off to your left, that thumbs up, give it a thumbs up too. It helps out a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you.